Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Princess of Swords. This is a very intellectually curious type of energy. I feel like you're kind of in study mode right now. I feel like you're somebody that is trying to learn about new things, trying to investigate new subjects, trying to absorb information, and it may have to do with some kind of new research or even a new job or a new skill or even learning about another person. You know, this is that kind of I'm a greenhorn, I'm a novice, I'm a white belt, I'm a student, you know. And this is us trying to ask questions and trying to be good listeners as well, you know, and always trying to ask, let's say, maybe better questions. So we're seeking the truth. That's kind of the idea. Let's put this into some context and see what's going on. What are we learning in our lives right now? Oh, 6 of Cups. We're learning about the good stuff. Little 5 of Wands action. A little Ace of Wands action. A lot of 10 of Wands action. That's a lot of fire here now. And we have a Prince of Cups. We have a 4 of Swords. I like the 4 of Swords with the Princess. Because the Princess is asking the questions. The 4 of Swords is us listening to the answer that we're getting. So that's really good. Ooh, 6 of Pentacles. 6 and 6. So I think we're really learning about love. We've got a 5 of Cups. And we have a Knight of Pentacles. We're learning about safety. We're learning about sharing. We're learning about value. We're learning we're learning about ourselves. I think we're learning how to be successful. And kind of how to be ourselves, you know, how to stay authentic in these larger systems that we're a part of. Yeah. And very cool. I like that. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We set it right here. Let's use Tiny Bob Ross, everybody's favorite. Happy little Bob. Right on top there. And we're not going to look at that happy little card until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments right down below. Okay. Now, as we look around the room, we see something interesting here. There's no major arcana cards. And I feel like that's really Spirit's way of saying, you're doing everything you should be doing right now. Like, you know what you're up to in life, and you know how to ask the right questions, and you're looking in the right places for the answers. So I kind of feel like Spirit's not popping up with any major concerns here. It's kind of like everything that you're doing now is sort of your flow. Yeah. So Spirit's kind of just supporting. Spirit's the table right now. Spirit's supporting everything that you're doing. And I think that's really awesome. We've got fire, a lot of fire. We've got a wave of this fiery momentum. Okay? We got water, water, water. Air and air. Earth and earth. Okay? So very good. I think you're learning how to relax. I think you're learning what feels good. You're learning what you like. You're learning how to get what you like and get what you want in life. You're learning how to enjoy yourself. Yeah. So the Princess of Swords, anyway, is very curious. Like I said, seeking the truth, asking questions, gathering information. This is kind of us asking ourselves the question, what is it that I need to learn in my life right now? What is it that I need to figure out? Well, when we have this big wave of fire, and then we're moving into that water energy, I think you need to learn how to relax. You need to learn how to just do things that feel good. And I think you need to learn also your value. To know that the efforts that you're putting into something, your productivity does not equal your value. Okay? You may feel a little bit restless right now. Maybe this is a card that's kind of always looking for something else to do. This is maybe a good time for you to sort of observe and absorb information. Okay? To look at patterns in your life and slow yourself down a little bit so that you can sort of, you can figure out how to communicate with yourself and even physically and with the people in your life. Okay? You may be in like a new place or a new situation or like a new group. Either it's like a kind of getting to know someone's family, or you're in a new work environment, or you're sort of like you're getting in with a new friends group or something like this because we have 3 court cards and because we have the 6 and the 6 here. I feel like there might be like a new group of people around you, whether it's a work thing or it's at school or if it's a friend group or a new situation going on at home. And I think maybe like you're trying to find sort of where you fit into everything. Yeah. So we also have our 6 of Cups here. And this is literally a card of pleasure. Okay. This is maybe us wondering if the emotional ease that we're feeling, this maybe sensual kind of flow or this intimacy or this warmth or this sweetness or this reciprocity, I wonder if the Princess of Swords is kind of questioning it, wondering, is it real? Can I really enjoy what's going on in my life right now? Is this nourishment good for me? And I think that our worry would be that it's, we're kind of feeling the 6 of Cups, but in reality it's something that's not good for us, okay? Or there's some part of you that's kind of not trusting this pleasure or this feeling of safety or this feeling of community, okay? Because this is a card that's saying things are starting to feel soft. Things are starting to feel safe again. So this is you really wanting and trying to let yourself receive pleasure without apologizing, without justifying, without overthinking it or questioning it too much. Now, of course, you have to be vigilant. You've got to be awake and you've got to observe and ask questions and you've got to be responsible. But I feel like this is a time where you're starting to realize that you can trust this. And that you can allow yourself to feel good. Now, it doesn't even have to be in a partnership or a relationship of any kind. Just kind of in your own life. Like feeling like life is okay. I can settle a little bit, This is a card of simple joy. A simple meal, maybe, that we share. A touch, right? A quiet moment. A shared experience with somebody else that kind of creates a memory, This is us trusting that our nervous system can heal now. That life is flowing a little bit easier. That there is an alignment that is a real and true alignment. And it's not an escape. It's not toxic. It's not deceiving us or anything like that. Your nervous system is going to heal through pleasure and safety. I think ultimately You've been burning the candle at both ends. You've been burning the midnight oil with all this fire energy. Life has been crazy, busy, hectic. Life has been a fight. Life has been a struggle. And now things are getting easier and getting more stable, and things are starting to feel safe. And you're like, is this real? Can I trust this? Is this going to be taken away from me at any moment? Like, and maybe this is that new partnership or even romantic situation, new family situation, a new thing at home, the new group of friends or classmates or workmates or whatever. Starting to feel comfortable here. Starting to wonder, like, is this good? Like, can I settle in? Can I get comfortable here in this chair, and can I be myself here? Is it safe for me to just be me? Or do I always have to be in this kind of fight mode over here with all this fire, And again, I think that there are no major arcana cards because Spirit's saying you can trust this. This is something for you. There's no big red flags. There's no warning signs. Just claim this, right? This feels like it's meant for you. Okay, this is a relationship that feels easy, feels kind, feels mutual, And I think this is exactly the kind of nourishment that you need. Because when your heart feels good, things flow a little bit easier. And like I said, your nervous system can heal through this kind of safety. And I think after the time you've had with all this fire, you need the nourishment. After the fire, you need the water. Okay? But the Princess of Swords is sort of questioning it and getting to know it and sort of testing. It's like you're testing the chair to be like, is this safe? Can I sit here? Is it gonna break? Is it gonna fall over? Is somebody gonna yank the chair out from behind me? And we're settling in and we're thinking, okay, I like it. It's supportive. It's supporting me. Whatever that situation might be for you, whether it's a relationship or a work thing or just your environment in life, okay? So it's really, really a blessing. I feel like this is really a gift. Yeah. Inside of you, there's still a fight. Inside of you, there's still this competition. Like you're still in your fight stance, and you're just kind of like, I can put the gloves down now. Are you sure? Are you sure it's safe for me to let my guard down a little bit? This is an inner world that's expecting friction. We're still in, tension and contrast and competition mode. And it may be that you're kind of testing this, like I said, we're kind of testing the chair. I got this old dining chair that I'm using now because I haven't found a chair that actually won't break when I sit on it. So you're kind of testing the structure of it and thinking, yeah, this feels good. You kind of lean into it. It's like the car. You go around, you kick the tires, If they fall off, well, maybe you don't buy the car. But you test it. That's what this energy is doing. We're testing this situation to make sure that it is as supportive as it feels. And I feel like it does. Okay? But this is you expecting some kind of friction or fight or disagreement. And maybe this is maybe it's a conversation or it's a relationship or it's just a situation in particular. You're going into it expecting it to be, we're going to argue and we're going to disagree and it's going to be just a challenging day. But you go into it and it's just smooth, effortless. Everybody cooperates. Everybody agrees. And you're like, wait a minute. Why aren't we arguing? Why aren't we all screaming at the top of our lungs, advocating for our position? How do we all agree on what to do? Or, this could be a thing at work. It could be at home. It could be the family. But see, the Five of Wands is us expecting that fight. And even though you're expecting it, you're not going to cause it. Okay? The interesting thing is that we have the 6 and the 6 over here. We have the 5 and the 5 over here. Thankfully, we don't have an extra 5. If we had a 5 of Swords, I would think, okay, you might go in expecting a fight, and then you sort of fulfill that prophecy yourself, But we don't want to do that. We're testing the chair, but I'm not going to push on it so hard that I'm actually just going to break and say, oh, see, it didn't work. Because see, that would be, I caused it. It was supportive and it was working, but I did something I shouldn't have done. And I just pulled the chair apart, and I don't know, maybe I'm that strong. I just tear a chair in half, You're not going to do that. Even though you're kind of expecting it to be a battle, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Let this be a very pleasant prophecy. Let's not allow it to be, a disappointment that we sort of fulfill. Okay. But I think, you're expecting some pushback. You're expecting friction. Yeah. And I think you're kind of learning with that Princess of Swords, learning to sort of ease down a little bit, Ripley, to soften, to you got your guard up with that 5. And I think that is kind of like we're lowering it a little bit, not all the way like this, but we're not up here like this either. We're saying, okay, I'm still going to be cautious, but I'm starting to ease into this a little bit more, And I think this wonderful combination of cards. And you have the ace back here. This is a natural energy. This is raw spark motivation. This is a creative fire. And, from an ace to a 10, I feel like your life's been at the, level 10 volume, level 10 intensity for a long time. And so it's very reasonable to me that it might take you a minute to sort of your nervous system to calm down. It takes you a while to ease down. It takes you a while to just sort of relax and put the tools down and just kind of relax, basically, right? So I think that this is a lot of intentional work. This is an inspired energy. This was a surge of energy that you followed. And it may have been a particular project or even a particular conversation or a change that you were making. This was enthusiastic, it was intentional, it was focused and directed energy. The Ace of Wands is your vision, literally your eyesight, pointed in one direction, ignoring everything else in the periphery, and just going after it, getting it. Okay? You kept to one idea, one action. You were locked in, laser focus. Okay? And I think that with this, you had to protect this. You had to just assume everything was going to try to put out the fire. And so you were very protective of your energy for a long time. I feel like now you can open up a little bit. It's safe now to just kind of be here now. Yeah. So the ace to me is always this energy that we need to protect. It's that spark. It's that idea. It's that ambition. It's that flow. It's that energy. It's that creative energy, the creative fire. And you're protecting that from anything that might, diminish this flame or drain this energy. This was a time where the universe gave you a green light. And you ran. You put the pedal to the metal. You did not hesitate. You took advantage of an opportunity. And I think that you've been out in the world, out in the field, kind of doing that for a long time. I think a lot of momentum has built up. And now I feel like it's kind of time for things to slow down and things to be enjoyed and for you to even reap the rewards. I feel like this could be a harvest energy coming in with the 6 and the 6, It may be time where it's literally is the universe telling you to ease down, Ripley. You're grinding axle. Okay, with that 10 of Wands here, this is overwork, overburden. It's basically saying that from the moment you hit the gas, you did not let off. You pushed yourself so hard. You kept the pedal mashed into the floorboards. And the acceleration is taking its toll on you now. This is over-responsibility, overburden, overstressed, overworked. This is a burnout warning. Okay? You've taken on too much. It's time to ease down, and I feel like the universe is trying to tell you, it's okay now. It's safe to slow down. It's safe to be okay. It's safe to feel good. It's safe to nurture yourself. It's safe to, take your shoes off. Stay a while. Yeah. It's safe to enjoy your life and allow your life and your relationships, your pets, your plants, your people, to nourish you. It's okay to ask for help. That would be the community, the support system around you. It's okay to ask for support. It's okay to ask for a hug. Or more than that, right? It's safe to ask for that support. You don't have to carry everything by yourself. So it would be a good time for you now to drop any of the extra stuff that you don't really need to be doing. It's not so important. It may feel urgent still. Drop the unimportant stuff. Protect your energy even more now by slowing it down and allowing the good things in. Okay? Maybe even also with the Princess of Swords, I think this might be a lot of you trying to figure out how to work smarter, not harder. Okay? How do we streamline our lives, streamline our systems in life so that, sorry, excuse me, my voice still. How do we streamline our lives so that it is easier? How do we simplify things so that what we're doing feels more rewarding, more sustainable, feels like there's more flow? See, when we get the ace, we get that spark, we get that motivation, we don't want to go straight to a level 10 because we will burn out. The sixes are the flow states. The 6 is the perfect balance. The 6 really is the speed at which you're the most efficient. You're getting the best gas mileage. Any faster and we're going to lose mileage. Any slower and we're going to lose mileage too because we're not going fast. I feel like it's like 55 miles an hour, right? I don't know if anybody out there actually knows, but I feel like for a lot of cars, that's like the most efficient speed, where you're going as fast as you can with the highest amount of miles per gallon, or, I don't know, kilometers per whatever. And I feel like that's kind of what we need to do right now. How do we rearrange some things? How do we redistribute the load so things don't feel as weighed down? And remember that your productivity does not equal your worth. Resting does not equal weakness. So what we have with the 6 of Cups is the feeling of being valued. This is you feeling love, feeling appreciated. Not for how much effort you could put into something. Oh, I worked 179 hours this week. Do you love me? Your love is not based on how much you can do or how much, how many calories you burn, doing whatever it is that you do in your life. This is you feeling love and feeling value just for being you. So there is a situation where you're loved for who you are, not for how much fire energy you could put in, not the resources, right? The fire, to me, in the tarot, is how we are burning resources, whether it's time, effort, energy, money, or even our space. Okay. Your value is not tied to how much of your resources you can expend for somebody else's benefit, right? Or for whatever reason. It's not about how much you can burn or earn. You're loved for your authentic self. Okay? This is true family, community, friendship, even romance, co-workers, friends, schoolmates, class, whatever it is. Okay? being loved for really truly who you are. And I think right now you've got to conserve your energy a little bit. You've got to wind it down a little bit. You've got to rest. You've got to take the love. You've got to realize that your value is based on your authentic self. It's based on you, not what resources you're burning up. Okay? I want that to sink in, because that feels like it's a really strong message for you. And it really connects us with our Prince of Cups, doesn't it? Because the Prince of Cups is that authentic person. This is somebody that's just trying to be themselves, express themselves, feels safe to do that. There are not many situations where you feel like you can just sink into the chair and just be yourself. And with the fives, it feels like everywhere we go, I have to be a certain way. Okay, this group of people over here, they expect me to be this way. This group of people over here, they kind of know me as this person. Where is that place in your life where you can just be you? You know, that place in your life where there's no persona, there's no performance. This is an emotional mastery. This is stability. This is emotional maturity. Okay. This is usually a bubble in an ocean. It's a little bubble of truth, of identity. Okay. That's in a very hostile environment. Feels like that bubble is fighting for its life. Yeah. I feel like in this situation, this is you feeling like it's not a hostile environment. Well, I guess learning that it's not all a hostile environment. Five, especially the Five of Wands, very hostile. So this is you now kind of feeling at home somewhere, feeling like there is an environment where you can just be yourself. Your presence is here, and it's stable, and other people feel safe near you, and you feel safe in their company as well. Okay? This is your authenticity. This is you being yourself, feeling your feelings, and not feeling like you have to hide some part of you. Okay? Or protect some part of you. And I don't know that we ever achieve this fully in any particular situation or relationship. But this is one where you're feeling this a little bit more than usual, right? Going from all this fire to this water energy is a real blessing. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do, okay? These readings are totally free, and I guess you get what you pay for, right? Let me know which card on the Path of the Dove resonates with you the most. Before we do the Path of the Serpent, I want to do an oracle of manifestation for you. Sacred alchemy. Let your mind, body, and spirit harmonize with your intention. I am aligned with spirit. I want you to put that in the comments, please. I am aligned with spirit. And I think that it really is your body, your mind, and your spirit, right? Because we have the earth energy, that's body. We have the air energy, that's mind, okay? And then we have, this spirit energy, which may be the water, okay? Maybe the water energy here today. And all of that is harmonizing with your intention. I feel like this is a place where it's safe to share who you are with other people, to share your plans with them, to share your interests, your hobbies, your thoughts and feelings, to share yourself, right, in a way that feels good. Anyway, we've got a Four of Swords down here. You have to excuse me for hitting the cough button here. I've been dealing with this chest thing for a while now, but we're okay. It's just because I use my voice so much that it takes a while to really get it clear. The Four of Swords is rest. It is really the exact opposite from our Five of Wands here. It's recovery, while this is exertion. This is quiet while this is loud. This is a reset, right? While this is an kind of an assertiveness, okay? This is rest, this is stimulation. This is conflict, problem solving, proving yourself. This is opposite of that. This is sleep while this is wakefulness. This is silence, this is sound. This is stillness, this is movement. You see the difference, right? And so take a break from the noise. Take a break from the fight, from the exertion, from the activities. It's safe for you to rest. Ease down, Ripley, your grinding axle. Okay? Take a break from overstimulation. Let your nervous system calm down. Okay? That's the Spirit's orders. Yeah. Not everything needs to be figured out right now. I think that you have your Princess of Swords as kind of like just like asking questions, like testing, like, is it okay if I set my stuff down? Is it okay if I take my shoes off? And I think you're trusting it a little bit more. Yeah. And you're really receiving that kind of feedback, that sort of response from the universe that's telling you and letting you feel and letting you know, okay, it's safe for me to take my shoes off here. It's safe for me to take the boxing gloves off, And it's safe for me to just sort of ease into the bubble bath. Yeah. That overstimulation, that sort of stress response of the five, it's just like we're always in this anxious state, like waiting for a fight around every corner. This is now, I can heal, I can pause, right? We know that healing and restoration and even strength is built up in the rest period, not in the activity period, right? The recovery period. So you don't get stronger in the gym or on the battlefield, right? Or in the exertion. You get stronger in the rest, in the healing part of things. At home afterwards, Like Jiminy Cricket said, you grow while you sleep. And this is take a nap, right? Rest yourself. And I think that you'll feel your mind kind of clearing out, becoming more calm. Rest is the strategy, and rest is your general energy right now. So kind of it's like your general energy needs to rest, even though we kind of have a hard time because we got all this, we're expecting a fight, around every corner, like I said. In your environment, we have a 6 of discs. Success. This is prosperity. This is value. This is reward, the material flow. This is harmony between income and outgo, between the effort you put into something and the outcome that you witness from it. So this is a payoff phase, right? This is where results are appearing after all of your fight, worry, or strain comes the payoff, the payout, okay, the reward. So it could be that you're in your business or your career or your art or your YouTube channel or your financial life, a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of stress, really burning the midnight oil, right? It's safe now for you to feel like, okay, it's paying off, and I can rest a little bit. What you've built is beginning to stabilize, and it's beginning to pay you back the energy that you've invested, right? The resources you burn, the effort, the calories you burn, right? The attention that you burn, the time that you spend. It's a spend, right? It's time that you invest, really. I don't like the word spend. Spend is like I just spent money on a coffee and I just consumed and now it's gone. I like to invest. I like to invest time, right? Like making memories, being with people, spending time with my family, investing time, with my family. Investing time in your work and your efforts and in, all of those things. So it's beginning to stabilize. It's beginning to pay you back. This is could be an income that is starting to reflect your true value. Okay? And this card also reflects, I guess, reciprocity. Everyone at the table is pitching in. Everybody's bringing something worthwhile to the table. And I think that this is kind of like a situation in life where when you want to slow down a little bit and you need a day or just a moment to rest or catch your breath, other people are going to rise up to sort of to compensate for that. In other words, if you take a day off, everything's not going to crumble. Nothing's going to deteriorate. Nothing is going to fall apart because you need to take time for yourself, because you cannot keep going at a level 10 intensity and expect to hold yourself together. So I feel like the Six of Pentacles is also your physical body integrity, like your health. You got to maintain the optimal emotional health and the optimal physical health. So allow yourself to receive. Okay? Allow yourself to receive. Value is realized, shared, multiplied. This is a living rhythm of abundance here with the Six of Pentacles. So you're participating in the full exchange of life. And everything that you've put in is now coming back, and I think that you have earned a period of rest. The worry phase is over. You've earned stability. And let this prosperity flow through you. It's not going to stop with you. It's going to really solidify your connections with the world around you, and in relationships and in all kinds of relationships, family relationships. Really, the Six of Pentacles is a generosity. And generosity can come this way too. The world is being very generous to you. Allow yourself to receive it. Allow yourself to trust it. Allow yourself to ask for it when you need to. You're very generous with others. Allow that energy to come back to you at this time in your life. The Five of Cups is kind of like we're expecting the disappointment. We're expecting loss. We're expecting grief. We're expecting just pain. We're expecting to get hurt. And that's why we're questioning the Six of Cups and thinking, is it real? If I sit in this chair, is it just going to break and I'm going to land on my butt and everyone's going to laugh at me and I'm probably going to be sore afterwards? It's like we're expecting disappointment. We're expecting things to not be what they seem. This feels good. Okay, that makes me suspicious, right? Everybody's being nice to me. Okay, what's going on here? It's that kind of a vibe. Yeah. So we don't want to manifest this by expecting it too strongly. Okay. But we need to acknowledge that, yeah, I'm a little bit kind of leery, scared. I'm a little bit hesitant to accept any kind of good energy coming in, especially other people being nice to me. You're sick, other people are bringing you like a casserole to your doorstep. And you're thinking, well, what are you after? What do you want from me? You know, like we're not just saying, oh, thank you. I needed that. I needed the chicken soup, you know. Maybe not a casserole when you're sick. I don't know. Accepting the goodwill and generosity of the people in your life. Okay. And now we've got a Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, I think, has slowed down. See, they're not really moving. There's still a lot of journey left. Okay, they're not up at the top of the mountain yet. But they're taking a little bit of time so the horse can eat. Right? So I feel like the mind is sort of just resting. The horse, right, the physical body, is being nourished. And the mind is resting. I think the soul feels kind of restored. this is a stability. This is a prosperity now. This is kind of like a baseline that we've achieved. And now we're looking at the next mountaintop, you know. We've come to a place where it's safe to rest. In our journey up this spiral road, up the mountain of the Big Rock Candy Mountain, we've come to a place where it seems like a safe place to make camp. And we're going to rest here for a minute. And we're going to nourish our souls, nourish our bodies, and then we're going to look at the mountain and think, okay, there's still more mountain for me to climb. You know, so we're thinking long term still. Okay. But we have restabilized ourselves. Okay. And now we're kind of looking and we're taking stock of what we were taking inventory of our lives, and we're thinking, okay, how much is the next leg of the journey, how much is that going to cost me? How much fuel do I need? We're doing the calculations, you know, running the numbers to see, okay, what is it going to take for me to get to the next safe resting place? Okay. But you're building something long term. Okay. And this card shows that, like, you don't have anything to prove, and it's okay to be patient. It's okay to stop at a camp and rest for a while and get strong again, have a meal, get a good night's sleep, and then continue on your journey tomorrow. Rather than just continuing to travel through the night and never resting, you're going to flop over any day now. You know, we've got to rest. Okay? There's a grounded confidence here, and this is really big sort of leaps. You're leaping from one base camp to the next camp. And then it's like climbing Everest. You know, you start at base camp. It takes a lot of work just to get to base camp. And then you spend a day or something climbing to Camp 1. Stay there for a few days, then you climb to Camp 2. Stay there for a couple days. And 3 and 4, and then you summit. Or whatever it is. You spend as much time as you need to at each camp. You're waiting for the conditions to be right. You're waiting for yourself to heal, get some strength, get some food, get some rest. Because you're going to max out your resource. You're going to burn through all your resources going from Camp 1 to Camp 2. And 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 and 4 to summit. Okay? And that's why we've got Ace to 10. Because it's a I don't know what it is, like a relay race or something. It's like a sprint, and then you rest. And then you sprint, and then you rest. And then you sprint and rest as many times as you need to. And I feel like that's kind of your MO, right? And now you're definitely in that rest phase. Let's look at the mystery card. I don't know what this is going to be. I want another card of rest. I want another 6, I guess. Or maybe a 4. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's see. It's a 5. This is the journey from Camp 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. This is the next phase of things. You're back to burning calories. The 5, right? The 5-fingered hand is always like reaching out and either receiving resources or spending resources, investing. It's an expenditure. Okay? The 5 is change. The 5 is movement. It's not, I'm keeping all my thermal energy in by wrapping myself in a blanket. I'm going to conserve calories. I'm going to save my money. You know, I'm going to sort of protect my time, effort, energy, money, and space. No, the 5s are all about the expenditures. Money's going out. It's a 5, right? It's a verb. It's an odd number. It's an active number. So this is a physical expenditure. So it really tells me that you're going to be moving on to the next camp again. But right now is the time to rest, consolidate, pull money in, don't spend it, save it, or spend it on yourself, I guess, reinvest it in you, rather than burning all the resources with that fire, right? So we're not getting back into the fire energy yet. It was a lot of fire, and now we're cutting the engines, and we're consolidating, resting, and we're building up, we're feeding ourselves, we're healing. Okay? And then we're going to get back out there and we're going to keep going. So I like this as a confirmation card. Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well if you want to stick around. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Cancer Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.